What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one, we go over what some Michigan players said to the media as they are preparing for Indiana. As Kenneth Grant talks about, what's motivating this team, why he is not going to sit out. Also, Myles Hinton talks about the offensive line. Sherrone Moore highlights a Michigan freshman offensive line who could be seeing more playing time. And defense coordinator Martindale also spoke to the media on Michigan's third down struggles, plus the future of the defense. We also got some big time recruiting news. Michigan, the top school for a top 100 running back, plus some news on some top flip targets in the 2025 class, and Bobby Kanka on why this 2025 recruiting class is going to be one to remember. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I wanted to start out this video by talking about what some Michigan players said to the media, and we'll first start with defensive tackle Kenneth Grant. As I talked about, the big time matchup coming up against Indiana, he said it's just another opportunity to go out there and put great things on film. He said, Coach told us our record is real. We know our record, we know their record, so it's just another opportunity to impact our season, but also impact their season. So there's still a lot on the line, and he said it's even more motivation. It's going to be a good game, but we got to come up and come ready. He did say that, no, I'm not sitting out. I definitely want to go out there and put great things on film. I don't really know my draft status right now. I guess first round you could say, but I don't really pay attention to that stuff. And he said it's just a testament to my dedication, just trying to keep my body ready throughout the season. And he said we just come in and take it one day at a time. You can't really control the past or the future. You can control the future, but you can't control the past. Just gotta keep it one day at a time, staying level-headed and just trying to be a better person. And as far as, Michigan being motivated down the stretch, he said, I think it's just internal. We all know that everything's not perfect. We're not fine-tuned yet. We're not a finished product yet. So, practice translates to the game. Game reps help to get ready and fine-tune and stuff like that, just going out there on game day trying to get better and win. Now, Zeke Berry also talked to the media, talked about his performance against Oregon, as he obviously had to move to cornerback because Jair Hill and Will Johnson were both out. He usually plays in the nickel position, and he did say that, moving laterally is way different from corner. You have more space to cover. You have to really move your feet, and they can't stop. If you do, it's going to be bad. And he also said you got to put hands on them. If you don't, it's going to be bad again. Now, Barry, he is still practicing at nickel, but also corner as well this week as Michigan prepares for Indiana. Now, Sherrone Moore is hopeful that Michigan will get back Jair Hill. Will Johnson not looking like he's gonna be trending to play. At least it didn't sound like it when Sherrone Moore talked about it. But Michigan, they hopefully should be able to get Jair Hill back. So, but if not, this Michigan defense could be in for another long day. Myles Hinton also talked to the media, and Sherrone Moore, he did say that Michigan went back to fundamentals during their bye week, and Hinton, he said fundamentals, especially offensive line, footwork is right, hand placement is right, because if you don't have footwork or hand placement, you can't block anybody. So that's definitely been a focus. And then he also said that, we have to do some remedial stuff, working on the basics and getting back to football and not the flashy stuff. And he also said, just being more detailed is the solution. Now, on Inside Michigan Football radio show this week, Sherrone Moore did mention freshman offensive lineman Andrew Sprague as a younger player who right now is pushing to contribute. So we could see more of Andrew Sprague. Now, the coaching staff, they have talked about him before in the past. He has been impressive so far during his freshman season. Now, Myles Hinton talked about Andrew Sprague, and he said that he's a great player, a natural pass blocker, and he kind of had unorthodox technique when he got here, but he was clamping dudes. So I was like, hey, if it was working, it was working, But he said he's definitely a good player, a great dude, and yeah, he has some juice. So we could definitely see more of Andrew Sprague, especially with injuries. Andrew Gentry, he's out for the season after suffering a season-ending injury, unfortunately. Jeffrey Percy went down with an injury. Now, Sherrone Moore did say on Michigan Football or Inside Michigan Football Radio show that they didn't think his injury was as bad as they thought on Saturday, and he said we'll see. He'll try to get out there sometime this week to see where he can go. Moore did say that obviously we can move different people around. Dom Giudice, he's back, so we could go in there at different guard spots. We could move guys to tackle, possibly move Josh Preeb to tackle if we needed to. But he did say the next possible guy is probably Andrew Sprague, a young kid that has a lot of talent, a lot of ability. I think he's close to making that move, so we'll see. And defensive coordinator Wink Martindale did speak to the media as well, and he talked about, on missing both starting corners against Oregon and stopping third downs. He said, you play with who you've got, and that was a really good team who was ranked just like IU is, high on third down. But there's some space plays that we just missed, and we've got to find some different ways to affect the quarterback, but that's hard to do when you're down man and everything else. So it's going to be a challenge for us this week, and it was definitely a tale of two halves for the Michigan defense against Oregon. They did a much better job in the second half, but that first half definitely did them in. He did say about the Michigan defense this year, obviously there's things we can do better. I think that there's, things that we've improved on. I'm proud of the guys that we have. I'm not going to rate the defense where I think it's at or anything else. I'm just proud of the fact that they play hard. They love Michigan. They love their teammates. But, he did say about the future of the Michigan defense. He said, he got asked on whether or not it could be a quick fix. He said, oh yeah, without a doubt. And he said, what gives me the confidence is watching the position coaches, which I've told you before. I think they're the best in the country, not only in coaching their positions, but in recruiting. It is something Michigan's coaching staff has done a great job with recruiting, and also they're going to have to attack the transfer portal, which I'm sure they will do, and that's really going to turn this whole team around, especially the defense, is Michigan going out attacking in the portal this off season. But now I did want to talk about some recruiting news, and I wanted to talk about the 2026 4-star top 100 running back Javion Osborne, ranked 58th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, the number 5th running back in the class. And he recently took a visit over the weekend, and he told Bryce Merritt to the Michigan Insider that the visit went great despite the loss. He said that running backs coach Tony Alford told me I'm going to be a weapon and I am a dynamic special playmaker with the ball in my hands. So he told me they had a plan for me when I get there. So he really does like Tony Alford, and he did say that Michigan, they've been the highest on my list and have remained that way for months now. First without a doubt. That's some big time news there from the top 100 running back from the state of Texas. Now, we've talked recently about multiple top flip targets for Michigan. One of them is the top 100 cornerback Grayson Littleton, who recently just decommitted from Clemson and took a visit to Michigan. Michigan recently got multiple predictions put in. Now, there is one school that Michigan is going to have to fight off, and that is Texas. He is set to take an official visit to Texas this weekend, but he did tell Chad Simmons of On3 that his visit over the weekend was a good visit. The environment and culture were great. He said, I feel good about Michigan. I feel like they are a good school, and if they keep getting good recruits, they can do great things. And Michigan definitely making me feel like a priority. So Michigan, they got already the top 100 cornerback Shamari Earls to flip from Georgia to Michigan, now trying to get Grayson Littleton to stack this secondary class up in the 2025 class even more. And also NC State wide receiver commit Jamar Browder, the 3-star receiver, recapped his Michigan official visit as he told Bryce Merritt to the Michigan Insider that it went well, and I really enjoyed spending time with the coaches and personnel. They were just telling me how much I can impact the offense, and he did say, I think it'll be in good hands. If I go there, I'm not worried about no quarterback being committed, because if I'm good enough, I'll make the catch. He definitely does like the thought of playing early as well at Michigan. So Michigan going after the 6'4" NC State wide receiver commit right now. They do have multiple predictions going in their favor. They should be able to flip him, as it is looking good for Michigan there. And one of Michigan's 2025 defensive line commits Bobby Kanka, putting on his recruiting hat this past weekend. As he told Bryce Merritt to the Michigan Insider, I got to spend time with a couple of guys that we would love to have in the class with us. As I said, I recruited Derek Meadows, Christian Ingram, who is a 3-star defensive line commit. He said Christian seemed like a good dude and his film was impressive, so I'd love to have him at Michigan. And I was also just telling Derek why I chose Michigan and why it would be a good fit for him too. But I said overall for the 2025 class is an amazing class, a lot of great athletes and people, and it's going to be one to remember for sure. No doubt this 2025 recruiting class for Michigan shaping up to be a very good one and one to remember, like Bobby Kanka said. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.